Hey, how's it going? Today is 18 of January, Saturday, and we're going to be taking a look at the market and some of the opportunities. In today's video, we're going to begin by acknowledging a problem that would be changes in our environment. From there, we're going to be progressing and we're taking a look at some of the government's initiatives, perhaps what most likely some people are recognizing a lot of changes, and from there, what can be potential solutions to closing today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a little bit of contracts, finances, and no overall change in some of the processes going forward and the regulations when it comes to launching any project and or company. Let's begin by taking a look at and understanding a problem. That would be press release. Most likely everyone knows it, so it's not necessary. We just need to perhaps recognize it, right? That would be farmer fined for taking water during summer drought. Okay, so if someone's taking water during it's in the UK, right? So if someone's taking perhaps too much water, so the person has been fined, right? But perhaps that would be a part of, if not right now, next season. Most likely there would be a lot of effects when it comes to farming yields, right? So how much in weight, how much vegetables I believe so this farmer is growing, what yield's gonna be look like, as well as cost of farming. But overall, climate is changing. We're just bringing more attention to it. That summers perhaps more intense, right, when it comes to temperatures. Let's take a look at perhaps some of the solutions, right? Let's take a look at energy sector. That would be Great British Energy Startups Board appointed. Okay. Uh, I don't know yet if there would be a process to reach out to this board. But if anything, we're taking a look at energy sector and how energy could be produced, as well as having climate and environmental change in mind. So the more intense winters or perhaps more intense summers. And I don't know if that was happening previously, but some of the farmers being fined, so they need to pay penalties if they're using too much water, right? Which is never a good sign. But let's progress from there. 5 non-executive directors have been appointed to Great British Energy Startup Board. I haven't read it, so let's try to understand it, what's happening here. As well as we're going to be taking a look at 3 different projects, what people are doing, and what some of the solutions, right? 5 non-executive directors will join Great British Energy Startup Board, helping to deliver the government's plan for change and our mission to make Britain clean energy superpower. The appointment brings a range of expertise across the industry and all public and all private sector. Okay. It's very wide, but okay. Great British Energy will support energy independence. Okay, that's what we're going to be taking a look at, as well as attract investment, lower bills, and create good jobs to improve the lives of working people and promote growth. Okay. It's a lot to unpack, not necessarily. I will doubt it. And if there's 5 people, perhaps there is another seat at the table, right, for a 6th seat. And people might be interested in expressing their interest in taking another seat. I know the least that a lot of initiatives should be looking at, since it's not a non-executive, by the way. It's just a lot of opinions, right? How to solve problem, a little bit better, right? But anyway, 5 non-executive directors has been appointed to Great British Energy Startup Board in another step forward for a new public-owned energy company that will own and invest clean energy projects across the UK. Okay. Delivering on the government's plan for change and clean energy superpower mission. The new board will set a strategy for how the company will work with energy sector and all communities. This will help drive investment in clean energy technologies, create good skilled jobs and all growth across UK. Other governments has it, so that would be investment funds. Perhaps we can touch on that investment fund if this article wasn't gonna cover it. Perhaps there's a lot of investment funds where a lot of finances might be made available. But let's read this article, right? That would be backed by 8.3 billion, or the Parliament. Great British Energy is a key to the government's plan for change to make Britain. I don't know why we keep repeating this point. We have read it already. Uh, Overall, perhaps we can touch on people, and there might be a process of reaching out. But overall, that will be new. Five new startup non-executive directors join Great British Energy Board on initial contracts of between 18 and 2 years. This includes some of the individuals. We won't be delving deeper. There isn't way to reach out to this board and take place. Perhaps it's good practice. It might be to having another seat at the table, which would be left empty, and a lot of people might be interested in expressing the interest in taking that seat, right? And or sending presentations and some of ideas and what that seat could be left empty for. Overall, let's take a look at some of the projects, right? That would be three different projects and what would be available, right? First project we're gonna be taking a look at. No, it's in process. It's been developed over years, right? But it might be a promising project that will be floating nuclear power plant completes first fuel cycle. It's prototype, most likely it's prototype, and not that many governments are doing such a massive project or have budget for. We will cover that project in a little bit more detail, I guess, and what information is available. This video is going to be a little bit over 10 minutes. We're going to go too much into detail, but overall that would be both reactors at all academic Lomonosov has reloaded and uranium fuel elements for the first time since the floating nuclear power plant was put into operation in 2020. So in 5 years, right? And fuel cycle is 5 years. I thought it would be a little bit longer, but it's prototype. Let's stay on the safe side. Overall, it is the world's only floating nuclear power plant, and at the same time, the world's northernmost heat and electricity producing unit with reactor technology similar to Russia's icebreakers. The fuel cycles require change of uranium elements every 3 to 5 years. Okay, it's not 8, 3 to 5. The January marked that the plant has delivered its first 1 billion kilowatt hours. That's the name of the company. I'll skip that. The State Nuclear Corporation has also tell that the work. Okay, okay, sure. Perhaps a non-native speaker have written this article, which is always great. But overall, that work on replicating the uranium fuel elements is the second reactor in completed. The first reactor got its element replaced in the late 2023, early 2024. Entire project, let's hope this or similar projects will succeed. Overall, when it comes to climate changes from this perspective, as well as we don't want any fireworks, unnecessary fireworks, that would be uncalled for, right? But let's take a look at a couple other projects. Let's take a look at the next project, that is UK-Dutch partnership for deployment of SMRs at industry parks. That would be Dutch Nuclear Energy Development and Non-Consultancy Company. I don't know, this company that's progressed without the name has signed a letter of intent with UK-based zero-emission energy and water technology development. Okay, there is another company to collaborate on delivering innovative clean energy solutions for business park projects. Since most likely some of those clusters would require a lot of energy, and if there is a need, market demand, and who can fulfill this demand, right? The collaboration will initially focus on there is a technology park and energy park without any names, with plans to expand across the sites in the United Kingdom and European Union. So that would be potentially two markets that we're going to be taking a look at. Would that be important? And there might be some technical information, but I'm not sure if the technical information would be very important, and if this video won't be too long, right? And briefly, let's touch on other project which is looking to work together with solar panels. So perhaps when there is no sun, I believe this is a particular problem that many people might be looking to solve. If there is no sun, perhaps there is a wind available, and overall, let's hope that more projects would succeed when it comes to solving some of the problems when it comes to energy. And would that be defined as a free initial cost and maintenance cost? So perhaps it can be free energy. Anyway, let's progress. Let's touch on three other articles. I haven't read this article briefly. I don't know how much in detail again we're gonna go, as well as some of these articles, the way how it would be set up, and sometimes it can take just 10 minutes just to read one article, right? There is the reason why it would be written in this particular way, but not necessarily we would have that much time anyway. Startups welcome UK AI plan, which was published about 5 days ago, which we have covered briefly, but that would be but with caveats, right? Most likely, UK would be looking at the AI sector and regulating the AI sector themselves. This is what they're saying. Let's give it some time and let's see if that will be an option. And since there's a lot of tech companies who might impose a lot of influence on UK, which is let's hope that won't gonna happen. But overall, that would be startup culture, and let's encourage more startups. And we were taking a look at energy sector, right? Investment in infrastructure across public and private data sets as a commitment to harness the power of artificial intelligence to make Britain's public services more efficient. Those were just some of the ingredients among yesterday's under the UK's government AI opportunities action plan. Okay. So that impact will this have on startups in this sector? Okay. Perhaps this article might have some opinions. Let's progress. Let's progress. Overall, AI, very promising technology, and let's hope that more and more projects would be launched. Right? Let's take a look at some of the contracts. That will be only two of 49 Minister of Defense projects are on time and on budget. When it comes to AI and or perhaps improving services and or offering some of the innovation solutions, and AI might be able to solve, and or some of the companies might be able to step in and solve some of the problems, including for Minister of Defense. But I haven't read this article. Let's read it and let's try to understand what this article is all about. That would be dozens of military schemes are delayed, and or many of their problems have not no chance of being resolved, or report reveals okay, which is never a good thing, right? The sector will be very important, including environment, agriculture, defense is one of the sectors, right? Growing number of the major defense projects are over budget and unlikely to be delivered by the current deadlines, new analysis reveals. Just two of the Minister of Defense 49 military programs are running on time and on budget, according to the Infrastructure and Project Authority's annual report. 16% of the schemes were given the rating, meaning that the issue preventing the completion of the original specification appears to be unfixable, which is terrible. I don't know, should we delve deeper? Should we progress? Perhaps we can progress, and let's touch on the next article. If anything, if there might be some opportunities for other companies to step in and support existing contracts and perhaps initiate new ones, right? Let's take a look at the next article. That WTK delays. There might be a name. I don't know. That would be legislation. Would that be a law? Would that be a project? Overall, that would be bank rules by a year. You said it will weighing options. That would be overall banking sector of how many projects would be looking to source finances, and overall entire sector when it comes to currently borrowing cost in the UK is very high. Perhaps that has something to do with it, and that was the article that was published yesterday. Let's try to understand it. The Bank of England said on Friday it will delay tougher bank capital rules by a year to January 2027 to get clarity on what the United States will do with a new presidential administration, promoting European Union to say it will also weigh its options. Okay. The standards written by the Global Okay. There's again, it's the name committee annual final set of the international reforms designed to make the banking system safer after 2008. Global financial crisis are meant to be implemented by the member jurisdictions. Okay. I don't know. It's terrible. All information is terrible. There's a lot of perhaps things happening, right? When it comes to inflation, borrowing, all these kind of things, right? And how one market can impact another markets, right? Let's close on that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.